Hi you guys, my name is Guru Shakir and welcome to my beautiful channel. Today I am coming at you with signs and symptoms of a rape victim. Alright, so thank you for everyone who's been supporting me so far in my journey. I greatly appreciate it. As you guys can see, my channel is pretty much everywhere with different topics, but that's pretty much how I want it to be at this time. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it. Don't be afraid to interact with me, ask me questions, like, comment, share, subscribe, things of that nature. Any topics that you want me to touch on, I will gladly touch on it for you guys. But alright, as always, I have a list here, and let's get right into it. Alright, so signs and symptoms of a rape victim. Number 1, night terrors. So something that I suffer from dramatically a lot, like every night almost, is having night terrors as a rape victim. And I guess this is just like from being in a state of fear constantly and like having PTSD or having like a reenactment of what happened over and over. It's kind of like a cycle that repeats itself, to be honest. Being easily scared and afraid all the time is another sign and symptom of a rape victim. But it plays itself out all day, every day, even in your dreams. So that part kind of sucks, but this is a sign and symptom of a rape victim. Number 2, you're easily scared. So for me, I'm always in a constant state of high alertness or awareness. I'm easily scared by the smallest noises, and especially big noises that come out of nowhere. I'm easily scared, like for example, when I sleep, I wake up quite easily. Like I jump out of bed basically when someone scares me out of my sleep. And that part sucks as well. That's something that I didn't even know I did until recently when someone told me that. And I'll actually become aware of when I do that. But that's another sign and symptom of a rape victim. Number 3 is you don't breathe correctly. So, as human beings, we don't breathe correctly anyways, but a rape victim kind of like holds their breath a lot you can even do this without realizing a lot of times. So if you're a rape victim or you have a friend or family member who has been raped, a lot of times they will hold their breaths or they won't breathe normally. They'll breathe very abnormally, and this is something that I do. I hold my breath a lot without realizing it. And this creates a lot of breathing problems, problems of your heart and things of that nature. Number 4 is fear of getting hit, and basically you flinch a lot. So another thing I do that I don't realize is when people come in my aura in general and they make like a slightest move, I flinch. So that's something that I have been coming to terms with too. I don't know how often I do it or how dramatic it may look to the people, to outsiders, but that's something that I fear because I feel like I come off just very scared of everything to other people, but it's because of this trauma. Another thing is just PTSD. It's like a constant state of alertness, and you could have flashbacks throughout your whole day that kind of paralyze you. So you can be out riding the bus or just doing grocery shopping or working, and all of a sudden this overwhelmed feeling comes over you, and PTSD, like the whole thing is happening over again, and it paralyzes you in the moment, so you can't really think or see or hear anything else. It's kind of like you're replaying the moment, reliving the moment. Alright, number 5 is you're tired all the time. So this is something that I deal with along with depression. You're just basically really tired. From being on high alertness all the time, it's like it's really draining. So it's like all your energy is channeled into like, when is the next attack gonna happen kind of thing. So when your mind's wired like that, it's very tiring. It makes you feel like you just want to lay in bed all the time. And along with the anxiety and depression, that makes you feel like that already. So you're depressed, anxious all the time. A lot of rape victims and sexual assault victims, they hide in hoodies, covers, or like sweaters and blankets. So I know for me, especially when I was living with my family, I would hide myself in hoodies. I would do this even when I was like 13. I would wear hoodies in the blazing hot sun in Florida, and even to this day, like when I'm walking in front of people, I'd rather have a hoodie or a sweater on because I feel like it's protecting me. Like when you're a rape victim, you feel very vulnerable and like just anything can attack you at any moment. So I just feel like when I cover up, that's some form of safety, as weird as that may seem. But usually I try to hide myself with something. So whether it's tying my waist with a sweater or having a book bag on or covering up with a blanket, walking around the house everywhere with a blanket, things of that nature. So I feel protected. Number 9 is you space out all the time. So this is something that freaked me out actually when I found out that I did this. Is like you'll have moments of like blank space, like where you just stare into space, or you just have moments where time just gets away from you, kind of thing, and it'll just be like these blocks of just emptiness. But that's actually part of being a rape victim. Is like, and you have a lot of forgetful moments as well, especially if you were attacked like you were hit in the face, or like very abused rape, like what's the word, aggressive rape. You have very forgetful moments. It could be just a trauma in itself, like getting hit in the head, or just forgetful moments of just being on high alertness. Just your mind is not really in tune with itself. So very forgetful, spacey, lose your train of thought a lot, feeling unsafe everywhere, which I touched on, not trusting people. So being, a rape victim or sexual assault victim, it's very hard to trust anybody, especially if they're nice to you. You're kind of like, what's the catch? Because half the time, rape victims are raped by people they know. So when people are nice to them, they're kind of just like, oh, okay, what's the catch? Like, if my own family, or if I own, people I know did this to me, then what makes this person even any different, kind of feeling. So very hard to trust people, especially people who are nice to them or give them help or lend them a hand. Or even hard to be in relationships in general, like romantic wise. It may be very hard to be intimate, for example, to embrace your sexuality, things of that nature as well. Number 14, rape victims are just very traumatized and on constant alert, which I touched on. And rape victims are very sensitive. So you hear a lot of rape victims being empaths or like psychic mediums, having gifts, things of that nature. Because a lot of times everyone has like, we're going to a spiritual sense now, but think of your aura, and everyone has veils, but a rape victim's veil is kind of like broken or torn. Their aura has like no protective shield anymore, so we feel to the deepest level, and so that's what makes us very sensitive, to feel what others feel, things of that nature. But yeah, those are signs and symptoms of a rape victim. So I hope this helps someone and made sense. And if you see these signs in other people, like be kind. Like if these, I don't know. It's a lot of people who aren't really careful of what they say around rape victims either. It's like I remember touching on these videos, like rape is a joke all the time, or but to the victim itself, this can be very cringe-worthy. It can make them feel uncomfortable. It can make them feel like, or it's kind of like you have to, like, rape victims feel like they're walking on eggshells all the time. So it's like very crucial that you be sensitive with them. I want to just be like, oh, you see the signs of this video and be like, oh, were you raped? You have to approach them pretty much on a very sensitive level, sensitive topic, be open to them, let them know that they can talk to you about anything, reassure them that they're safe, that they're okay, taken care of, and things of that nature. Another thing, actually, that rape victims deal with is shame and shame, victim blaming, and just guilt and shame. So like there's always this kind of like voice in your head that's like, oh, you're a slut, you deserved it, this and that. You can even get that from other people around you, believe it or not. But victim blaming, or this can just be a negative voice in your head that's like, you deserved it, or this is what happens to you, you look this way, so this happened. Like a lot of rationalizing, like self-worth issues that they deal with. But it's like one of those things where you have to train your mind to think more positively and not listen to that voice, not believe it. You can also consider canceling, and it's like I'm kind of on a up and down roller coaster of what I want to do with that, how I want to go about it. But these are signs and symptoms, again, of a rape victim, and I hope that helps someone. Peace.